the guys, this is Obsidian Chill. Got another video for today. So we had some bombshell news drop earlier in today, which I'll cover. Now, this CBR website or comic book resources, it's a little pet peeve for me. I know that's a topic for another video, but for the past, number of years, this CBR website is the first one to get the information of when the episode's coming up before that we know in the forums or in the game or the testers or anything. They're always the first ones to release it. And I'm not I guess they're banking on the fact that it's going to be comic book readers saying, hey, my favorite character Static is in a game now. Let me try this out. And because I can guarantee you former DC players or former people that used to play this game or want to check up on it are not saying, I'm not going to this website saying, hey, cool, I haven't played DC in like 3 or 4 years. Let me check out this comic book resources website and see what's happening on DC. No, they're going to YouTube and they're checking out previous videos or previous YouTubers they used to watch. So, whatever. That's just the little frustrating part. But I think it's also ironic that if they're trying to gather audiences that watch Static Shock to play this game based on this new episode, when they're going to ask themselves questions why they're fighting the Fearsome Five, which are Teen Titan enemies, and they're going to be quite interested to know that, at least what I found out was that in the duo where we saw Turtle Dove and Daboom, it's supposed to be actually Talon and Destruct. So I guess there were some licensing issues with DC, and either they couldn't afford or something happened when they can't actually license Static Shock characters. They had to rename them. So. And the same thing, and in the raid, which is supposed to be a Static Shock raid, we're fighting Clown Sanity, Babyface, Steel, Grail, and Supergirl, which, okay. So, if you're going to be trying to gather players that play Static into a Static-based episode, and then like maybe 10% of the episode is actually Static-based, so whatever. That's a bit of rambling. What you guys want to know now is that the release date is April 13th, 2023. So next Thursday is the episode release date. And that is super concerning. There's this nice, preview art and everything else. And they talk about DCO adds Static in Dakota City. Going into who wrote it, the storyline written by iconic Rocket Rider, Leon Chills, etc. So, I'll put the article in the description, in the comment section if you want to read it. But the sticking points for me is that April 13th next week is a ridiculous release date. There's been plenty of times where I've had skepticism and been like unsure of the direction, but holy God, does this episode make me feel like I'm literally, I don't even know what to say. I would swear, but then like YouTube's probably going to flag it and I have to claim that I don't swear in videos from my AdSense, but it's honestly ridiculous. So they talk about the content and everything else. We just got the open world bounties at the recording of this video yesterday. One of the bounties doesn't give marks. The bounties take 30 minutes to complete, and it's about 90% waiting and 10% actually fighting. So the bounty experience is not an enjoyable experience. The duo is great. You guys saw my previous upload for the duo. I got no problems with the duo. The alert is vastly underprepared. Right now the alert is not something I'd ever want to run. There's no mechanics. There's thousands of ads. The map is huge, and you have to skip all the ads. You don't have to fight any of them. The bosses only do one attack each. Literally one attack each. You fight Parasite, he does this acid spit, and that's it. And then you fight and kill him. And the Major Force is the last boss. All he does is this like spinning beam, and that's it. And then you kill him. So, I don't envy the dev because I literally have no idea how to make this raid hard. The alert hard. Like if the dev came to me and said, Obsidian, how do you make this alert difficult for Elite or Elite Plus? I would have no clue because there's no foundation in this alert to be any sort of difficulty. They would have to add in a whole bunch of like ground mechanics or like other ads or bosses. I don't even know. That's the scary thing. This alert is nowhere near ready. And on top of that, we don't have any inclination of when Elite is coming. We don't have any idea for the Elite Duo, if there's going to be Elite Plus Duo, the Elite Alert, the Elite Raid, nothing. There's absolutely no hint or direction or guess because the normal raid mechanics are still being completed. So the raid, the same thing. The raid is just we're fighting in a box. I mean, for being a small map, I'm not too concerned about the box and the effects and all that. That really does matter. For me, it's about the engaging content. Right now, there's ad waves where you just sit around, kill 3 parademons, and that's it. And then you wait around for like 2-3 minutes until the next like boom tube spawns. Then you fight them, and then same thing. It's like you're just sitting around doing nothing. And then when you actually fight the bosses, we're fighting like Clown Sanity, Babyface, Steel. I mean, what is this, like 2013? Are we doing like Ace Chemicals where we're fighting Babyface again? And like Clown Sanity? It's like, those are not raid bosses. All Clown Sanity is going to do is pick you up and spin you. I mean, all Babyface is going to do is like, lunge out at you and do a little claw stomp thing or do the fire breathing breath. That's it. Steel does nothing. Steel is not a raid boss. Steel is like a PV Legends like 1v1 character. He's going to be, he's going to be difficult for the tank with his like two-handed swoop attacks and everything else. But he has no like group damage at all. And then Supergirl, all it is just her like freezing breath. That's it. And then Grail is the only thing that can be hard for the group because we could base Grail off Fractured Godsphere Elite. So we could do like her Reflect, the damage mechanics, everything else. So, I mean, Grail is the only difficult challenge. And then the last boss was Desad, which is, like Darkseid's sidekick. Same thing. I mean, he does nothing. So I have faith in the raid at least because it's the developer Kotoxic's doing it. And he's like an amazing developer in terms of engaging content. So I have more faith in the raid, but same thing with this release date being the April 13th. It's already the weekend. I mean, this comes out next Thursday, so that means whatever hotfix. There's no Elite on test server. Like I said, like this DLC is hardly ready. Like there's nothing's been like tested. The artifact is not working. I can't bring you the artifact video because half of it doesn't work. I mean, the ally is like 90% done, so at least I can show you that. There's like a few minor things, but it's certainly working as intended. The Eye of the Gemini changes. Same thing. They're kind of up in the air. Most of it's working, but like the overlap fields are a bit sketchy, and the whole like the not overlapping was a huge aspect of this. So even if they put out everything, if they launch everything they have this weekend for the test, that means we'd have the weekend to test. Monday they're going to be back in the office to look at our feedback, and then they'll work on Monday on providing that feedback or making the changes. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, we get the hotfix. And then it comes out Thursday. So literally, everything that this entire DLC is going to be tested in like 2 days and have one hotfix, and that's going to go live. Maybe 2. Maybe we'll get one hotfix on like Wednesday, and they could do quick changes before like the Thursday release. But even then, like who jumps on test server to run all the content and retest everything the day before the episode release? Most likely it's going to be low population. So this is what absolutely triggers me is that I guess they're based on deadlines, but really I know they're a small team and small staff, but I know we should manage expectations. But like, man, it is frustrating because I want the content to be good for all of you. I want it to be engaging content. I want this to be a good episode, but on the forums and when this releases like this episode is going to get shit on because unless there's like massive improvements in the next like 4 days. Which is a tall order once again for a small studio understaffed. So this is my concerns. I know this is more like a rant video. Everyone wanted to know just the published release date. They're probably just like Obsidian, shut up. Like it comes at April 13th. Just end the video after 30 seconds. So, but I mean, this is what drives me nuts. Because I want the content to be great so that it brings players back. We're starting to get a little bit about artifact balance, but when we have like just shoddy releases like this, or with like probably no content with no direction, what are we supposed to expect? So we'll see you next video. It's going to be tomorrow, and it's going to be the static ally.